Right, I need to tell you something so we get back out of this properly, right? Um, the cause and effect of the split atom has a shadow effect that we have been discussing with the highest, and we are taking that threat down now. So as we talk, that threat is going down because it's that urgent. So man and woman, you are losing your weaponry for the moment because of this threat. Okay, and it's serious. Okay, so weaponry made by humankind, there is none, and the weaponry made by anyone threatening humankind, there is none. Okay, so all the weapons are gone. Okay, so that's going to happen. Apparently, that's the message. Right. So we don't fight because there's nothing to fight about. We're looking at split atoms and the quarantine of that, because that's what the quarantine is, right? We are in quarantine because of the split atom, and we need to sort it out. And this is this straggling energy, this chaotic, that is the split atom, right? And they've been trying to put it back together again with glue, and the glue got attacked by a higher force because Boo's door was stuck together with glue. They used that method to attack Boo, and then whatever Boo was, they got Boob and all the rest of it span on Saturn with tits and shit and all the rest of it. So the Oppenheimer did not open any Heimer, right? So that's gone. And I see for that shift now, right? Right. So that orange pattern of the Oppenheimer nuclear weapon did not throw a orange pattern into the core when you hit the red dot with that, and it did not adjust or shift or create a ridge in time to make a machine orange version of Earth, segment by segment, to reel in things by Agent Orange. And that wasn't a Colonel Mustard strategy either before Agent Orange, which would have been a long time ago, right? That might have been the 20,000 year ago void, right? Babylon time, right? That might have happened then. With one of they made 3 bombs, didn't they, before they left? Yeah, so that, and so we know that there's been more than one nuclear event here because they tested lots of nuclear weapons. So we know there's been at least 500 nuclear tests, and so we think there might be 500 or so nuclear atomic holes in the atomic whatever it was that they tried to get a hook into. So we looked at the orange to orange to see any hook to binary machines. So we look at the natural orange and the methods of it, and is there a hook of a false pattern of orange to the core of Earth? And if there is, you see that and you cut it. So that's not on the Earth's core, and that's no false walls of segments around the Earth keeping us into districts or things like that, and that's not been manipulated into any net or grid. So that's not happened, right? And any other pattern over that, like an apple or pear or whatever, has not added to that chaos and caused more split atomics just so you could or they could get resources from nature into some false reality. So that's probably illusions. So they stole methods to replicate nature's light, fruits and things like that, I think, by splitting the atoms of the things they wanted to create a false elemental base of resources they could trade and create from nothing, but it was false. But it, like false food or false metals or whatever it was, false stones, whatever. So it looked real, but it wasn't real. So you see that, and then you see the colors of that. So we've got the color of it, and what rows were created from using splitting the atom. What was the intention of each atomic explosion to do a split? What was the cause and effect? What was the shadow intention of that? And you see that, and all seeing eye, you see all the causes of that all over the where you see, and you see if that's happened anywhere else, and they've had that kind of attack, and if they have, you see where it needs to be balanced out of, so they can be true to their natural now, and not trapped in that false pattern of a false earth. And they can't be moved around in different pearls of that, because there's only one earth without any nuclear patterns on it, and the earth's core removes all nuclear patterns from its core, and no earth has any nuclear pattern, and no earth has any hydrogen bomb cause and effects either. And the cause and effects of the hydrogen bomb did not dehydrate the color into a crystallized, dehydrated, dry wall, so that there was no link to the glue there, so that there was no effect of both together. And you see if there was, and you see what that is, and you remove that thread, and that's not there. And shadows see. You salt all of that, and help me understand that more, please, and know how to start without that cause and effect of those two weapons. And I start without the cause and effect of those two weapons. And if we can change the half-life of radiation so that there's no ation of it, and no radiation, and no radioactivity, so the activity on the radio is gone, and there's not any action on the radio, and there's no radioactivity, so the half-life is nothing. It just isn't there, and there was never a half-life to it. That was just a spell, a joke, and we cure that by just changing the half-life in the source to, well, that just goes away when it doesn't, it goes away in the explosion. There's never any fallout. So there was never any fallout from those 500 or so tests, because if you think about it, that would have created a massive amount of fallout. And I don't know why they didn't react to, well, how come they can do a test and no one worries about the fallout, but if it hits something on land, everybody goes crazy. It's like, well, the sea doesn't take the fallout, and they don't cause that. So that goes away, Shadow Sea, thank you. And that flows around everywhere it needs to flow around, to undo from that thread of being hooked to something that we don't want to be hooked to, with atomic hooks that should not be there because of that. So those hooks that were created from that, you see all of those, and they are all out of existence and go away, because that is all unborn and rained out of existence. So thank you for listening to that highest of the high, wisest of the wise, and nature true. Thank you.